here. And now possession belongs to number 4, Security. So now the ball is played back for Louisville. Now Louisville still has it at midfield. On the far side, now it's still controlled by Louisville as they hold possession near midfield. Here's Shinoski.
Yeah, Louisville's been very, very patient.
Shinoski with a long ball, settled down.
Really good ball there.
Nicely, cross attempt, and Mishu knocked that out of play as number 3, West, tried to make the cross, so it'll be yet another corner kick.
It was a really good ball from Shinoski there. Hit West right in stride, creating another corner kick for Louisville, who's been dangerous on their free kicks so far.
Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. Visit USL on Facebook. So this is the 4th corner kick, I believe, of the first half for Louisville, and that was not a very good one, as the ball was cleared out of play that time by Imora. So a throw in for Louisville. Here's West, and that pass attempt's blocked away. West, strong cross that time, but it's headed away by Richmond, and now Guzman plays it back to Shinoski, and he'll roll it over. Now here's Rasmussen off to Guzman. That name should sound familiar because he was a key member to Orlando City last year. Now possession belongs to Louisville. Here's Guzman. Guzman plays it over. Still looking for our first goal of the day. That ball's played ahead, and that cross attempt to be a goal kick for Richmond.
And each team's had a couple opportunities already. 18 minutes in.
Yeah, Richmond came out, I thought, marking the first portion of this first half, first 5-7 minutes, and really dictated play. And now for the last, I guess the rest of this time, I think Louisville's kind of had to play most of the play.
Yeah, they've been very patient, knocking the ball around in the back, looking for, kind of probing, looking for that runner. Richmond trying to force the tempo a little bit when they get the ball in the midfield.
So the goal kick for the Kickers. Battle for that ball, and now here's Callahan. Now the ball's played ahead, and Yeisley loses possession. And now it'll be a throw in for Richmond right in front of the Richmond bench. Ball played back to Yambi. And now the ball's played over to Mishu. Mishu gets some time, getting a little bit of pressure, now he rolls it back to Jalen Robinson, who now plays it over to Yambi.
So it looks like the wind is our third announcer today, Mike.
That's right. New member on the payroll.
Yep.
Kickers will be back home on Friday night here at City Stadium for a 7 o'clock kickoff, as they will take on Wilmington on Friday night. Here's a nice run. Yeah, it was a nice run by Fundy.
Yep.
And now the possession is controlled by Louisville. Bend had it for a moment. And good hustle that time.
And another corner for Louisville.
Yep. I believe that'll be the 5th one of this first half for Louisville. They really haven't been dangerous on any of their 4 previous corner kick opportunities. Let's see what they do on this one. This is the first one in front of the Red Army on the far side.
And they're letting them know it.
And the kick, and Wara.
Good play from Wara there.
Yeah.
And there was a foul on that, but that's dangerous. Really good from Wara. A lot of confidence to go up and snag that ball.
Looked like Lester Hayes had Stickum on his hands there to hold that one in.
How many people just got that reference?
Not a bunch. I'm showing my age. So here's Jalen Robinson in possession, rolls it over to Yambi. ball is controlled by Robinson. Takes a look. Sends a long ball into some open space. Nobody there for Richmond.
Nice composure there.
Yeah, ball's played over now to West. West getting a challenge. Plays it ahead to Fundy. Good job that time by Richmond as Robinson took it off his foot. Here's Geisley. And now the ball played. Securely, and he lost possession.
Boy, Asante was wide open on the right, and they didn't see him. And here comes Louisville.
Yeah, good run here by Louisville. Down the right side, little step over, and that shot just went wide. Wow, that was dangerous.
That took a deflection that really fooled Wara.
That was dangerous.
Got another corner kick for Louisville. And I tell you what, Mike, what happened on that play? Like I said, Asante was wide open on the side down there. They just missed him, turned it over to the midfield, and Louisville just went. What they've done is every time Richmond has turned the ball over, Louisville has done such a great job at switching into transition and getting into the counterattack. That's like the third or fourth time they've been really dangerous and gotten at least a corner out of this.
And this time taking the corner, I believe it might be Guzman. Rasmussen had taken the other corners on this side of the field, and that ball is headed out of harm's way momentarily. Controlled by West as he sends it into the box, headed down, and then Geisley was able to get a left foot on it. Settled by Shinowski into the box. Here's an opportunity, and spinning out of trouble. And now Fundy. Boy, Louisville is creating some anxious moments in the box.
Yeah, Fondy's played really well.
Gilles was taken down, no call. He's looking for a foul. He is not a happy camper. As Louisville controls now. Ball's played back into the box. Battle Fundy and Yambu. There's a shot off the post. Yep. Wara got a piece of it, and then it hit the post. Here's a follow-up opportunity by Guzman, and that ball is going to be a throw-in for...
Was that Pollock that hit that? It looked like it was.
Yeah.
Looked like he had just a wide-open shot. It looked like Wara was able to get just a piece of it and knock it off the post.
That's exactly what happened, as he did get a piece of it to keep that from going over the line.
Best opportunity of the game so far. Louisville's looked really good, Mike, in the last 10 minutes or so. They've gotten some really good possession, gotten several corners. Very, very dangerous when it's coming into the box.
Here's Callahan trying to keep it in play, and does. Now the ball is played back as Louisville regains possession. There's a pass ahead. Pollock now. Here's Fundy. Takes a look, and his shot attempt is blocked by Asante. And we've got a Louisville player down.
And he's calling Callahan for that, but both players went into that.
I'm not sure they are going to show a yellow card.
Yeah.
And
unfortunately, Mike, we don't have the advantage of, can't see a replay on that.
Right.
Both players went in sliding into that, and obviously the Louisville player got the worst of it.
I think that's a Bend who was down, number 19.
Kalashaw's off the bench. He's furious.
Yep. And it is a Bend.
Yeah, we hope that's not serious. That they did clash.
Yep.
And it looks like Callahan's leg hit him a little high.
Hey fans, become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways at USL on Twitter. That's how you can become a league insider and also have a chance at some exclusive giveaways as well as join club conversations. Always a lot of fun at USL on Twitter. No score as we are heading towards the 26th minute of play, and an unfortunate injury to, I believe it's a Bend, Gaia Bend. Number 19.
You know, the problem with plays
he was in some kind of pain.
Yeah, the problem with plays like that, Mike, is like I said, both of them went in on the slide, and what's going to happen is only one of them is going to get up 90% of the time on that thing, and unfortunately it was it's the Louisville player. Because it easily could have been Callahan.
And Sasha Gaz is over talking to Lee. He's very animated with his discussion with Lee Collishaw in front of the I always say scorer's tables where they report in to make substitutions, but it's more of a basketball reference, I guess.
We know it's the Final Four, Mike, but still.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. So no score, but like we said, Mark, these last probably 10, 12 minutes or so, Louisville is really, the field is tilted towards the Richmond goal.
Yeah, this break and play actually might help Richmond a little bit, kind of get their composure a little bit.
And it's nice to see a bend is up.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's going to be able to continue, though. It looks kind of bad. We hope he's okay, not out for any significant length of time. It does look like he's going to get substituted out.
Not putting a lot of weight on that right leg.
Now we are going to have a substitution, trying to see who that is.
So it'll be a free kick for Louisville. Looks like number 17.
Austin King. Number 17, Austin King, is in for a bend. And like I said, we hope it's nothing serious for bend. He's had a very good game today.
So here's West in possession for Louisville. And the pass back to King, who just entered the contest. King now off to Guzman.
And a bend is playing midfield. They bring in King, who's more of a defender. So I have to check to see who Louisville has moved up into that midfield role.
So King now plays it over to West. Tried a quick one-touch pass ahead to, I believe that was Poak, number 16. So throw in for Mishu for the Kickers. We're scoreless here at City Stadium in the home opener for the Richmond Kickers, taking on Louisville City FC, who had a terrific fan support in their season opener, a 2-0 victory over St. Louis. Here's Delicott trying to get ahead on it, but now the ball is nudged ahead by West for Louisville. Now the ball is finally settled down. Here's Garez, and Sasha sends one.
That's a good ball.
And the flag is up. I believe they got Yeisley.
I think Yeisley and Deli were both offside.
Yeah. So no score. And a goal kick and out near turnover. Now the ball's played back to Goodwin. And Goodwin now is able to avoid some pressure and play it to Shinoski, and he hits it out of play. So Garez will throw it in for Richmond. And now Louisville will get the free kick. And the ball played over to King. King now will carry. He's got a little bit of space to maneuver. And he touches it over to Guzman. And Guzman's got some real estate. Now plays it forward. Rasmussen, now it's played back. There's Shinoski. Off to King. And King touches it forward to number 6, Morad.
Good patience here from Louisville, kind of probing, seeing what they can come up with.
Here's Morad. Now he's going to play it all the way back to Goodwin, who's outside of his box. And he'll send it over to Shinoski. Ball played ahead. And Rasmussen is able to keep it in play. Very talented young player from Denmark. Now the ball played back to Goodwin. And that ball is sent forward. There's the ball played forward. And an offsides. The flag is up, indicating the offsides on Louisville. So now the possession is controlled by Richmond as they get the free kick. So it'll be a free kick for Richmond. So the Kickers with it near midfield. Great opportunity here, Mark, with this free kick with the size of Deli and Yeisley.
Yeah, they haven't had many opportunities last probably 10 or 15 minutes, so got to have a good ball in here. A lot of jostling down there in the 18.
Ball's chipped ahead. And they get ahead on it, and Goodwin will field it out of bounds. Such a luxury to have the size of Deli and Yeisley, and then you move Yambi up on some set pieces. It's not a lot of teams have that, but it's something that coaches look forward to, is having that kind of size for those balls that you can win in the air and hopefully eventually put home in the back of the net. And the possession now belongs to Richmond. Securi.
Yeah, Louisville does a great job. Securi and Hasante have not had any time on the ball really in the last 15 minutes or so. Louisville's done a great job of closing them down in the midfield and
really
getting a turnover.
Here's Guerra sending it forward, and we got a whistle.
Well, Yeisley got tangled up with the defender, and they've called the foul for Richmond here.
That's something you don't usually see. A lot of times you'll see a player fall, but the referee or anybody is not really looking.
Good pickup from the linesman there, because I didn't see it.
Right. Another great opportunity, Mark, for Richmond. Here's Asante. Hits it into the middle. Loose ball. Deli plays it off. Karam's free, and it's going to go to Fundy. Callahan trying to track him down for Richmond. And Fundy might have taken an elbow to the face.
Yeah, they were jostling there.
Now here's possession, and now Louisville's just going to roll it out of play. Yeah, I think they got tangled up, and I think the stray elbow.
And Yambi got a yellow card for something the official said something happened down in the other 18. I don't know what the call was. I didn't see anything. But now we have Fondy down, who's arguably been Louisville's best player.
Yeah, without a doubt. Between him and Rasmussen, they have really created some havoc down near the Richmond goal area.
Yeah, I think it was just two players jostling, and an elbow came up. Nothing dirty about it. It's just two guys fighting.
Again, no score here at City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. Mike Neville and Mark Bushman along with you. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. So I'm trying to...
I think, going back, I think what happened on the Yambi yellow card is, I think when Louisville was trying to break out, I think Yambi and one of the other players got tangled up, and I guess the referee thought he impeded his play there.
And speaking of impeding the play, Jalen Robinson hauled down Fundy.
That's the third yellow card for Richmond. They've got to start being careful here.
So now a terrific opportunity for Louisville.
So the two Richmond center backs both have yellow cards going forward. We're in the 34th minute. They've got to be careful here.
So here's the Guzman and Rasmussen talking over this free kick opportunity. Whistle blows. Let's see who takes this. It's Rasmussen steps over, and Guzman sends it into the box.
And
into the back of the net. So Louisville converts. Guzman, as he sent it into the middle of the box. I'm not sure who got it. It might have been. I thought it was Rasmussen, but he was.
That was the smallest guy on the field.
Yeah, I was.
Number 8. Yeah, look, was it Guzman that scored that?
Well, I think Guzman took the kick. Okay. Well, we'll have to wait for an announcement.
We were looking into the sun. Be honest with you, folks, we apologize. We couldn't see.
So here's Michoud.
We'll wait for the score to announce it. But Louisville's been dangerous on those.
Yep. And they lead at 1-0 now.
And, you know, the hesitation that Guzman had on that free kick, it looked like he was going to approach it, and it kind of threw the marks off for Richmond. It was a smart play. And quite honestly, Mike, it's a deserved 1-0 lead for Louisville.
Sure.
They've really carried play here.
There's Robinson playing it head. Now Asante. And a little miscommunication between him and Yeisley, and it's a turnover. And now Louisville will try to start back. There's Polak now off. Ball chipped ahead. Getting ahead on it was Rasmussen. Here's Fundy. And
They
Callahan.
need a turnover and quick into the transition there.
There's Callahan. Puts on the brakes. Nice job of controlling the ball by Mike. He's got the captain's armband on today for the kickers. Here's Mishu. Ball played into the box and headed away. And now controlled by Dakers for Louisville. They lead at 1-0. Still waiting a word on the...
We know Guzman got the assist. That much we do know.
King gets the goal, who came in for the injured Guy Ben, so they credit King with the goal.
And here's Fondy.
And Callahan clears it out of harm's way momentarily.
It was a great ball by Adam West there.
And a turnover. Here's Fundy. Gets a shot, that's blocked. And Fundy comes up with it again.
A lot of
good sliding
errors.
play there by Garaz.
Yeah.
And he turned it over. Here's Dakers. And now Callahan. Off to Yambi, and he hits it forward for Richmond. They trail 1-0 here in this first half. Here's West controlling at midfield for Louisville. Plays it back now to King, who's been credited with that goal off the free kick, with Guzman picking up the assist. Here's the ball played forward. Yambi battling Fundy. And Fundy still battling. And it'll be a goal kick. One nothing, Louisville on top. And this the home opener for the Richmond Kickers. So Wara will handle the goal kick for Richmond. And he hit that one pretty well with the wind behind his back. And now the ball is played and controlled by Louisville. Here's Polak dropping it back now. He's able to hook up with Morad. And now Louisville again. They have really shown a lot of patience and possession in this first half. Here's King. Gets a return pass. Morad now plays it over. Shanowski sends it off to Dakers. And the ball is knocked out of play. It'll be a throw in for Richmond. Well, when the wind doesn't blow, it's not a bad day here in Richmond.
No. Getting a nice suntan out here.
Yeah. Ball controlled near midfield for Louisville. There's an opportunity. Polak puts on the brakes. Bluffs across. Now is able to drop it off to Fundy.
Again.
And a shot.
Oh, just wide.
Wow.
Great work there from Louisville, though. Polak to Fondy.
And then back to Polak, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just missed it wide. Really nice work there from Louisville.
So a goal kick. Boy, Richmond's got to be holding their breath on that one. So here's the goal kick for Wara. Ball's headed down, and Sakura tried to control it. Now here's...
Great play from Dakers.
Yeah, Dakers in. And
another one.
Boy, they just missed hooking up again. Dakers with a beautiful cross. And I believe that was Rasmussen. Didn't miss by much. And Richmond will have the goal kick. Actually, that was Polak again. Yep. He's creating some problems here for Richmond.
That was a great run from Dakers to get that ball in midfield, and he was able to get around Yambi and just use his great speed to cause problems again for Richmond.
And the ball is controlled by Dakers.
Kickers need to put the ball on the floor.
Yeah.
Kind of play to feet. They're trying to play over the top. They don't have the size in the midfield to do that. Louisville's owning every ball between the 18-yard boxes. Anything that's up high.
West took his head off, his eyes off that ball, and went right under his foot and out of play. It'll be a throw in. Here's Mishu now playing it back to Robinson. Jalen Robinson And Delhi challenging on that ball, but it's controlled momentarily by Louisville. Now they can regain possession. Here's Fondi. Rolls it off. Shinowski steps up. Taps it over now to Rasmussen. Back to Shinowski. Here's King. Louisville controlling at midfield. Here's West. 1-0, Louisville on top. King getting the goal. Possession now by Louisville. Dakers lost possession. Hey fans, don't forget all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. I know that's something that you USL fans have really enjoyed, is coverage of being able to watch their teams play on YouTube. Nice little give and go. Here's Mishu, overran it, but is able to regain possession.
Yeah, about that, about the YouTube. A couple years ago, I wouldn't have been able to watch the Richmond-Wilmington game. I would have had to depend on somebody who was there, maybe updating Facebook or something like that. I was able to watch the whole game last week.
It was West
and scream at my television when Richmond kept giving up goals.
That's right. There's the ball played back to King. Now he's going to roll it back to Goodwin. He's getting a challenge from Delicott. And now he kicks it away. 1-0 here, winding down this first half. Here's Asante. We'll see how much stoppage time is added after the injury to a bend. And good challenge that time. Good hustle by Isley. And he can't keep it in. It'll be a goal kick. Jason Isley had a struggled last season, had that concussion, and
you read my mind. I was literally getting ready to say that. He's had a tough time the last couple years with concussions. And there was a time where they weren't sure if he was going to come back, Mike. So it's good to see him playing, starting, getting a lot of playing time. He's a valuable asset to the Kickers. And,
Mark, we've mentioned this several times on our telecast, is the protocol now as far with regard to making sure that players are fully healthy from concussions. It's such a dangerous situation in all sports, whether it be football, basketball, whatever sport it may be.
Yeah.
When you deal with a concussion, that's a head injury, folks, and that's something you got to be very careful with, and that's something that the Kickers organization really was patient getting Jason back on the field.
Absolutely.
And credit to Jason also, because I'm sure there was a little skepticism from him when he first came back, about that head injury.
And Mike Callahan had a pretty severe concussion last year too. So, when these guys are getting sick to their stomach and all and all that stuff, I mean, you just can't you can't just discard it anymore the way you used to.
Burke throwing it in for Louisville. Now the ball is cleared and controlled near midfield. Here's West going ahead, and good job that time by Mishu to step in front of.
Now this is what they need.
And here's Asante, and he kept it in play, but no, he did not. It'll be a throw in for Louisville.
I thought that's what Richmond was looking for. They were trying to get the ball out to Asante or try to get it to Sakara, let them get the ball at their feet and run at players because of their speed. Went in sliding into that, and obviously Louisville.
Throw in for Louisville. I think that's the bend. Here's down. Polak sending it ahead to Fondi in a foot race with Jalen Robinson. And Robinson taps it out of play. It'll be a throw in for Louisville. And it will be West taking the throw in for Louisville, looking to go 2-0 on the young season after picking up a 2-0 win in their season opener against St. Louis. Thanks to Magnus Rasmussen, who had a goal and an assist for Louisville in that victory. Kickers looking for their first win of the season after a 2-2 draw on the road at Wilmington last week to start their season. Here's Shinowski. The Charleston Battery have already played 2 games in USL action, and they have 2 wins to lead the Eastern Conference standings.
And the defending champion Sacramento have lost their first 2 games to both Portland and Seattle, the 2 MLS JV squads. They don't want to say JV squads, but they're USL squads.
Right.
So just we talking to Lee Calishaw yesterday. He said the competition is just so intense this year. Richmond's had 2 20-game unbeaten streaks over the last couple years, and he said, Mark, I can guarantee you that's not happening this year.
There's a chance for Asante. Can he run onto that? No, it'll go over the end line for a goal kick. Looking at the Western Conference standings, we've got a three-way tie in the early going for first. Has Arizona United SC, the Portland Timbers 2, and the Seattle Sounders FC 2, all sporting marks of 2-0 on the season for 6 total points. So we have a three-way tie in the Western Conference. We mentioned the Charleston Battery, and then you've got Louisville City, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, also St. Louis FC has played 2 games also, and they have 3 points as well. They have a win and a loss, and also Toronto FC has 3 points as well.
One of the teams that's interesting to me is Arizona, because they were a team that struggled most of last year and the year before, but they got new ownership and they've spent some money on players.
Right.
They have some players from some quality teams from last year. Arizona's going to be a fun team to watch, I think.
So we've come to the end of the first half, and Louisville, thanks to King, his goal, number 17, King finding the back of the net off a free kick opportunity as Juan Guzman picks up the assist. It's Louisville 1, Richmond nothing. And real quick, Mark, your thoughts of the first half?
Well, I think the first 10 minutes, Richmond looked really good. Yamura had a great individual effort that drew a card on Chinosky and had a great free kick opportunity. After that, Louisville just kind of got themselves together, knocked the ball around, were very patient in the midfield, were able to win a lot of the 50-50 balls. Fondy's been great. He's arguably been the best player on the field. Louisville really kind of ran that last 35 minutes. It'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments Lee Cowlishaw makes at halftime.
All right, so it's 1-0 Louisville at the half. We'll be right back with more from City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. You have been watching live action of the USL Soccer exclusively on the Richmond Kickers YouTube channel, produced by Torbor Sports Group. Stay with us.
Yeah. All right. This wasn't dumb. All right, this wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Oh, okay. Whistle blows. Let's see who takes this. It's Rasmussen steps over, and Guzman sends it into the box. Into the back of the net. So Louisville converts. Guzman, as he sent it into the middle of the box. I'm not sure who got it. Puts on the brakes. Bluffs across. Now is able to drop it off to Fundy.
Again. And these guys with their
And welcome back. Getting you ready for the second half of this home opener for the Richmond Kickers here at City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. USL Soccer, Mike Neville and Mark Bushman along with you. And Mark, Louisville owns a 1-0 lead on a goal from Austin King off a free kick as he flicked the header into the back of the net. Juan Guzman with the free kick. And looking at the stats that have been provided for us, it looks like it should be a 1-0, at least a 1-0 lead for Louisville, because they had 6 shots compared to 2 for Richmond and 6 corner kicks to 1 for Richmond.
Yeah, Louisville, they did, like I said, they did a great job after the first 10 minutes or so. They were able to get the ball, start knocking it around, find open space, really took away the midfield from Richmond, pretty much owned the midfield themselves. Matt Fondy has played a fantastic game for them. Dakers has had a couple of nice runs. Louisville, it's a deserved 1-0 lead. And I tell you what, Richmond's got to be careful in the second half because they're the spine of that team, Mike Callahan, Jalen Robinson, and William Yambi all have yellow cards. And those are the 3 positions that are going to be involved in most of the tussles and a lot of the fouls. So the 3 of them have to be very, very careful, or they're going to find themselves down a player.
The 2 shots on goal for Richmond in that first half came from William Yambi and also from Imura, number 14. So those were the 2 shots that Richmond got in that first half as they are down 1-0 as we get ready to start this second half from City Stadium.
I don't see any substitutions for Richmond, but we do have, looks like there has been one from Louisville. We're just waiting for a confirmation of that.
So Louisville on top 1-0 on the goal by King, who, by the way, was a substitution because of the injury to Guy Aben. So now possession to start the second half for Louisville. They play it forward, and Callahan stepped in front of that pass.
Okay, so it looks like the substitution was number 11, Niall McCabe, and he came in for number 7, Kadeem Akers.
So Dakers was very dangerous in that first half. Kind of a surprise move there, but McCabe is in as the foul was whistled. Speaking of fouls, I think it was 6-5, wasn't it, in the first half?
So.
Yeah. So here's Callahan ready for this free kick. Into the box, and the ball's headed down, and Goodwin fields it with no problem.
Isley just missed getting ahead on that.
Yep. So here's Louisville now in possession with the 1-0 advantage. Just underway with the second half here at City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. And the ball is played ahead to McCabe. There's McCabe making a run at Garez. Now he plays it back nicely to Guzman. He just rolls it over, gets a return pass. And the ball played wide and unable to keep it in play is Louisville, so it'll be a throw-in for the Kickers. Well, now they're saying it's going to be a throw-in for Louisville.
Richmond was not very happy about that call.
No. There's the ball played ahead. And dancing Rasmussen now plays it off. Ball into the box, and Garez will let that scoot over the end line for a goal kick. So Wara, goalkeeper, will take this goal kick.
Wind has shifted a little bit. Looks like Richmond's going into the wind. Although you couldn't tell from that kick.
Ooh! And we got a whistle and a foul. And now we got a little disagreement between.
I don't think Guzman appreciated what Asante did there.
Sunday kind of undercut the Louisville player.
Yeah, he did.
So Louisville will get the free kick, leading at 1-0 here in the second half.
You fans can't see it, but Mike Neville's news notes are getting ready to just blow all the way down the stadium.
Yeah, if you don't hear from me in a while, I'm going to be gone chasing all these papers out. You might see me in the midfield area. The referee will ask what I'm doing out on the field.
Good hustle there from Louisville. A little careless from Richmond again.
Now Wara will handle the kick. Another strong kick way past midfield. Ball's played ahead. And now Sakura. Good job of laying it off that time. Now getting it back is Yaisley. And coming through on a fine defensive play that time was Morad for Louisville.
That was better from Richmond, though. Quick one touch, move the ball.
Here's Morad. Good ball that time, sent ahead. Here's Rasmussen. And good steal that time. Imora. And looking for some help. Lays it off to Mishu. And he'll play it back to Jalen Robinson. Robinson over to Yambi. Yambi to Sakura. He finds Robinson. And Robinson trying to spring Yaisley free, but his kick is short, and Asante gets ahead on it. Good anticipation that time by Yaisley as he finds Asante. And Sakura's shot attempt was blocked.
Much better from Richmond so far. Knocked the ball around.
Yep, very much. Here's Yambi playing it back now to Wara. And Wara sends it. King got knocked down Delhi, and Delhi was looking for a foul call as we play on here. And no call on that, as I believe it was Fundy hit the road, or hit the deck. Here's Callahan, Sakura.
Garza's has got some space there.
Yep.
See if he can find Delhi or Yaisley.
Garza drops it off to Sakura. Good ball ahead to Callahan. Here's Garza. Good ball into the box.
They're looking for.
Ball is settled down. The shot.
Go!
Delhi! Matthew Delicott for the second straight game has found the back of the net for Richmond, and we're tied at 1.
Garza was looking for that as soon as he got the ball. He didn't get a good look at first, and he was able to cut it inside. Found Delhi perfectly. Honestly, the first thing I saw, I looked for the offside flag. Somebody kept him on. Delhi with a typical Matt Delicott finish. You're right, Mike. It's 1-1.
So Matthew Delicott with his second goal of the season, second straight game that he scored, and we're all knotted at 1. And as you mentioned, Mark, a much better start to this half for Richmond as far as possessing the ball and creating some opportunities.
Yeah, well, they kept the ball on the floor. They didn't go. Yeah. They didn't go high unless they needed to, which they did on the goal. But for the most part, they've been able to keep it on the floor, do a lot of one touch, and kind of spread the Louisville defense out. And notice who Delhi goes to as soon as he scores. right into the arms of the Red Army.
Yep. So here's Louisville now after the kickoff to restart play. Ball possessed by Louisville. Here's Burke off to McCabe. His pass attempt blocked by Garza. Ball played into some space. Here's Rasmussen. Oh, good play that time.
Yeah.
Here's Burke. Brian Burke squeezes a pass through a defender, but unable to control it that time was number 7 Morad. And now Louisville back in possession. Here's Morad. Ball played over to Guzman. And Guzman now. Good job of stealing that ball was Asante from Rasmussen, who's getting a little frustrated. And now here's Morad. Here's Hollick. And now it's Morad again. It's a return pass. Ball played down Polak to the end line, looking for a cross attempt. Gets one. And here's
Fondy again.
Yep, Fondy trying to dance around. He's surrounded by Richmond players. Now he has to retreat. That ball hit Pollock and is cleared away.
He didn't get an opportunity, but great composure there from Fondy because he had 3 guys on and was able to hold the ball and dish it out. Been like I said, maybe the most dangerous player on the field for Louisville.
Well, number one, credit him for getting free and able to handle the ball, but also credit Richmond because they surrounded him quickly and really didn't give him many options to deal with the ball. The kickers now, here's Jambi trying to track that pass down, and does. Now he's got some real estate. Again, looking for the long ball. And Louisville won that. Here's Sakura. And the shot, that's blocked. That was wound up that time by number 14.
Yeah, Mora had a good look there.
Yep.
Good defensive play from Louisville.
And that ball is going to slide out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Richmond. Trying to hook up with Rasmussen.
Rasmussen's finding some space back there. They just haven't been able to hit him yet.
Here's Gares getting it into Jambi. Here's Imora. And that ball finds its way to Asante, and now here's Mishu. Takes a bump, keeps going. Here's Asante. Sakura lays it off. Callahan trying to keep it moving. And Callahan will track it down. He's got some space to maneuver. Off to Gares. Good ball there as he finds Sakura. Here's Mishu. Asante is not able to keep it in play. Unforced error there.
Yeah, they've done a good job again of holding the ball and spreading it from side to side.
Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Get the latest news and live stats, and also check out the new social media hub. That's USLsoccer.com. There's Brian Burke in possession for Louisville. And here's McCabe back to back to Guzman. Imora challenging him. Here's McCabe to Guzman. Back to McCabe. And he plays it off now to Shinosky. Turnover at midfield. Here's Guzman. Sending the ball ahead. And West challenging Mishu, and it'll be a throw-in for Richmond. 1-1 tie here in the second half from City Stadium. USL Soccer, Mike Neville and Mark Bushman along with you in the home opener for the Kickers, and they're right back at it Friday night here at City Stadium for a 7 o'clock kickoff, taking on Wilmington. The Hammerheads coming to town on Friday night, April the 10th. And here's possession now. Burke off to Guzman. Takes a look. Good job there. That was a good
play
ball.
From Jambi.
Oh, that was a terrific play by Jambi. I thought that was going to be a dangerous situation. Here's Burke into the box. And, ooh, boy, I'm not sure what happened on that. Wara, I thought he had a beat on it easily, and then guess he didn't touch it.
Bent a little bit. Looked like he did touch it, but referee said no. And that's always dangerous when you go back first into the post like that.
It's like he's okay. He's up and moving around with no problem. Here's the ball played ahead. Louisville controls. And Jambi flicks it ahead. Here's Morad. And now Shinosky. 1-1 tie here in the second half. Louisville had a 1-0 halftime advantage, but it was short-lived in the second half because Richmond struck as Matthew Delicott scored his second goal of the season. After scoring in the season opener, he comes back and scores in the home opener. We had a whistle and a foul against Sakura. He's pleading his case, but that's not going to work.
He was chopping at Guzman's ankles the entire time.
So here's Burke. Watched by Imura. Here's a ball
from Burke. That was a good ball.
Settled down and flicked away by Callahan. Guzman running onto it. Here's Deli. He plays it over to Asante. Back to Delicott. He just touches it over to Callahan.
Nice composure there.
Yep. Here's Garez. Sending it ahead. There's an opportunity for Sakura. Good ball as he somehow hooked that pass through, but it's well defended by Louisville. There's Garez. Gets a return pass, and now it goes over to Imura. And Imura, good hustle that time, I believe.
That was a good tackle there from Louisville.
Yep, I think it was Burke that made the tackle.
And here comes Louisville on the counter.
It's the ball played on the far side. Here's Rasmussen. You want to know where he's at. Ball drop back.
And there's another ball out on the field.
Here's Burke. Burke sends it into the box. And that one is headed just wide. So a goal kick for Wara. Travis Wara, the goalkeeper. What a season Delhi had last year, Mark, where he was, I believe, the second leading goal scorer in the USL a season ago.
Boy, Wara really gets some getting his length into that, isn't he?
That's another valuable weapon that you really don't.
Sure is.
Won't show up on the score sheet, but it's certainly nice to have, isn't it? Here's Guzman. That's a nice ball to Rasmussen. He's being pestered by Asante. That ball squirmed free.
That's a foul.
Yep. Mishu is
very dangerous spot here for for Louisville. It's the uniforms that are throwing me off.
You knew you were going to do that at least once, right?
Yeah, I think the over-under on that was 3 today, Mike.
That was Pollock that was dumped and drew the foul. Nate Pollock.
Going into the 62nd minute, tied at 1. Good opportunity here for Louisville.
Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. Again, that's USL on Facebook for all your USL news, exclusive league news, as well as interactive content for you. Very dangerous opportunity here just outside the 18-yard box for Louisville. See if they can break this 1-1 tie on this free kick. They converted a free kick to get their goal in the first half as King scored. And nope.
Just a bit high.
That's a waste of a set play there. Looks like we got a substitution coming in. Boy, is that Rasmussen that's coming out?
Looks like it.
So Coach James O'Connor is taking out arguably one of his best players in Rasmussen.
Trying to see who he brought in. That looks like number 18. That's Cameron Lancaster.
So Cameron Lancaster replacing Rasmussen. This after, to start this half, Kadeem Dakers was taken out, and he was very instrumental in that first half for Louisville. So here's McCabe sending the ball ahead. And Fondy battling Yambi, and Yambi wins that hand, trying to turn out of trouble. And Sakura gave it away. Guzman was able to find his target. Here's McCabe. And that cross is chested down by Mishu. And Mishu sends it to midfield. Possession now by Louisville. There's Guzman. Over to Burke. Burke gets a return pass. And Guzman They'll send it over. And Asante is able to pick that one off. Making a nice run here. He's surrounded by Louisville players, still going.
Able to get the ball away.
Yep.
There's Deli.
Got it over to Deli, and Deli will be watched very carefully by Burke. Drops it back to Garez. Garez now to Callahan. Watched by McCabe. Spins away from him. Now to Sakura. Yambi touches it over to Robinson. And Yambi near midfield. Mora plays it back to Yambi. This is what we're used to seeing from Richmond, at least the last few seasons, is good possession, and that is what led to their first goal, their only goal so far in this contest. Here's Garez. Good ball off to Imora. Into the box. And a diving stop by Goodwin. I think that went off one of his players.
I think so. He was looking for Yeisley and Deli. It's a good ball from Imora, though.
And again, good build-up mark by Richmond with the possession. There's the ball played down the line. And Jalen Robinson has a hold of Fondy and finally pulls him down.
It's a goal kick, and Fondy's not happy on that.
So a goal kick for Wara. 1-1 tie here at City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. Home opener for the Richmond Kickers. Here's Jambi. Takes a look, now drives the ball forward. Here's Burke. Touching it quickly ahead to Lancaster. And now Burke has to retreat. Control the ball with some pressure. And Guzman. And there's a unforced error. It'll be a throw in for the Kickers.
He couldn't do that again if he tried.
Sasha was trying to help the ball girl out by flicking it in the stands and went right back into the field of play. Here's Imora.
Looks like something out of a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Or the circus theme.
Well, that was almost a real bad giveaway in midfield for Richmond. But here comes Louisville.
Yep. On the run.
He just missed him.
Too strong.
He had McCabe running free, and he tried to get the ball out and missed him by about 2 steps.
Laura kicks it to midfield. Deli was able to take out 2 Louisville players with that maneuver. Here's Mishu. Off to Asante. Sakura. And his pass was picked off by Fonde.
Not good.
What a strong game Fonde has had today for Louisville. Ooh, down goes a little. Play on, says the referee, head center referee. Here's Burke. Gets it into the box. Headed up in the air, and Wara is able to snag that. So Wara will punt it away. And Yeisley took an elbow to the head.
And you never want to see that if it's Yeisley's. We were talking about that earlier.
Courtesy of Shinoski. And the foul has been whistled.
It looks like Richmond's getting ready to make their first substitution. I can't quite see who it is.
Again, Alex Lee, Hugh Roberts, and Brian Omby not in the lineup today for Lee Collishaw.
3 guys who you normally are going to see in that starting
lineup.
Good ball from Imora.
And Morris just down, shot, and it's blocked. I believe that was Jambi that teed it up, and he pounded it.
It dropped right to him, and the Orlando defense was there to block it away.
So Imora will handle this corner kick.
Yeah, Yambi's eyes got huge. He's not used to getting opportunities like that.
So corner kick for Imura.
The wind is really swirling now.
And that ball is cleared away by Louisville. Backtracking is Garez, and he'll play it back to Wara. He'll get a challenge from Fundy. So possession again. Mishu plays it back to Wara. Now to Garez. Garez off to Sakura. Here's Imura. Imura getting a challenge, and oh!
That's a bad foul.
Boy,
that's got to be a card.
Took a shoulder that time from Burke. And Mr. Franz, our center referee, is going to give the yellow card to Brian Burke.
Yeah, that was
clearly.
Yeah, and he didn't need to make that play. There were two Louisville defenders down there. I don't think Umora was going to give them any immediate danger there. So
a free kick here for Richmond.
And we are going to have a substitution here for Richmond. Number 5.
So Callahan's coming out.
He's coming out, and
George Davis the fourth.
There's our guy.
Yep.
He's very familiar to us.
Had a terrific season last year for Richmond.
Had a little bit of an injury, and that's why one of the reasons why he's not starting tonight. But if they can get a good 20 minutes out of him, that Kalishaw feels that he can. Dangerous play here for Umora. Obviously, you're looking for Yambi, Deli, and Yaisley.
So Mora waiting. Now he's got the whistle. Ball driven. And here's a shot by Garez. It almost squeezed through a couple of defenders, but is finally cleared away by Louisville. And now the ball played ahead. And Asante can't keep that ball in play.
Really good, because Fondy had a lot of space if he gets to that ball.
Hey fans, don't forget, follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider. Join club conversations and also have your chance at exclusive giveaways. So follow at USL on Twitter. Throw in for Burke and Louisville in this 1-1 tie. Here in the second half from City Stadium, the home opener for the Richmond Kickers on Easter weekend. There's the ball played over now to Morad. Played down the line.
Good touch.
And knocked away.
Yeah, it was a good ball and a good touch, resulting in a corner.
I think that was West who touched that down beautifully, but then had it taken off his foot. So a corner kick, first one of the second half, and it looks like McCabe's going to take it for Louisville. And McCabe's corner kick is punched away by Wara.
That was a real tricky ball in there. Good play from Wara.
Here's Guzman. McCabe lays it back to him. And he gave it right to Imura, who couldn't settle it, but then the ball squirts free.
Here comes Davis.
George Davis the fourth. Collision, and that will draw the whistle against Guzman, as George Davis the fourth had his path impeded.
It only took him about a minute to get his first foul. Not bad.
Here's Garez. Off to Imura. Back to George Davis the fourth. There's Asante to Yambi. You notice now Yambi has the captain's armband because Callahan, who was the captain, has been subbed out.
Yep.
Oh, nifty move there to get around Lancaster. Yep. He was kind of whiffing at air, was Lancaster. And across, nudged away, and now McCabe flicks it forward for Louisville. Here's Asante. Got some space. And trying to hook up with Imura. Good hustle that time from Deli.
Deli and Garez, the two veterans. The old guys get to that ball.
Here's the ball played off to Lancaster. Cameron Lancaster now. Off to Burke. Here's McCabe, and he lost it, but then it went off of George Davis the fourth. It'll be a throw-in for Burke and Louisville. Here's McCabe now to midfield, and now Morad. He rolled it off to King, and King played it forward. And Pollock lost possession. The kicker was cleared to midfield. I tell you, that wind is making those balls when they go up in the air very, very tricky.
Yeah.
Also making our monitor move. I hope that thing doesn't fly off and break.
We can't see it anyway. That doesn't make.
Possession now. Shinoski plays it over near midfield. I want to thank our camera people, Joey, Tim, and Dave, out here doing a great job. Mike, our director, doing another great job as usual. Glad to have the crew back with us.
Yeah, that's been 6 months, man. I miss these guys.
And of course, I also like to have my partner along with me, Mark Bushman. That ball was cleared out. Here's George Davis the fourth. Boy, he did a little shoulder fake, and that was allowed him to get to that ball. Ball played ahead. And now Burke heads it back. And it's controlled by Shinoski. And he'll play it off to King. Here's Pollock, takes a bump. Down he goes. And a whistle and a foul. Quick restart by Louisville. Here's Pollock. Now Lancaster pounces on the loose ball. Here's Pollock. Off to Fundy. Good job battling for that ball.
Way to fight through that foul. He fought through the initial foul.
And nice job by Jason Yeisley. So possession now for the Kickers. Here's Garaz at midfield. Off to Amora. Over to Sakira. Sakira plays it wide. Mishu, a little stop and go, gets around.
Nice run.
The challenge, puts it into the box, and it's handled easily that time by Morad.
Now, when you get to the corner like that, you just got to let it fly. You can't try to put that through on the ground.
Sakira takes a kick at it and whiffed. And now Asante is pushed down by Lancaster.
You can see Louisville starting to get a little frustrated here. The dominant possession that they had in the first half, they really haven't had it in the second half. Richmond's been right at their heels and taking it. And you know what they're doing is they're playing the second touch, Mike. They're letting Louisville get the first touch. On the second one is when they're going in and stealing the ball there.
Imura will tee it up. And the ball flicked. And Delhi won't be able to catch up with that one. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. 1-1 tie here at City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. And we got a Louisville player down. To be honest, I didn't see what happened on that one.
He and Delhi got tangled up a little bit. The smaller player is going to lose to Delhi every time.
Yeah. And a yellow card has been issued to Delhi.
No, it's not.
Oh,
it was
no.
to a Louisville player.
Maybe
Probably it had to be for dissent.
Maybe Shinoski, maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah, if that was Shinoski, it's his second yellow, so that would be, it's not, it's the other central back.
Maybe King, 17 maybe.
Might be Morad.
It was on somebody. We've narrowed that down for you. It was somebody in white.
Yes.
And there's a turnover. Here comes Delhi. Off to Imora. And across, and it's going to be a corner kick.
Be a corner.
That Red Army is all fired up. Let's see who's going to take this corner kick. No, it's going to be Imora. I thought maybe George Davis the fourth. He's taken some of them in the past for Richmond.
Got to clear that first defender.
So here's Zamora. And he did not clear it.
Try again.
Headed out of play that time. I believe it was Lancaster. Cameron Lancaster that headed it out of play. So here's Zamora again. And that ball is loose in the box. Squirts free. And Sakura.
Oh, and Louisville's got numbers. They've got a 4v2 if they hurry.
And here's Louisville on the run. Ball played by Fondy, and it was knocked away by, I believe, Mishu.
Yeah. Fondy just hit the ball there.
Here's Guerra is getting a head on it now. It's the ball Fondy, a little give and go with McCabe, and the ball finds its way to the goalkeeper, Wara.
That was very dangerous for Louisville.
Yeah.
They were able to get into the counterattack real quick. Robinson and Yambi able to
It's like we're going to have another substitution on the Louisville side. Here's Sakura. Over to Garez. Garez taking a look. And that ball's headed away. Good hustle by Deli.
Good hustle from Deli. And he gets the turnover.
I think he was a little angry. I think he was.
I
think he thought he was fouled, and he said, "Oh, I'm going to do something about it."
Matt Fondy's coming out, number 9. He's had a very, very strong game for Louisville.
Probably been their best player, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I think so.
Number 13. Illick is into the lineup, number 14. And Deli with an opportunity. Well, this has been a tale of two halves because Richmond has certainly picked up their intensity and has played much, much better in this second half,
yes,
Mark.
Yes, they have. Got about 10 minutes of play plus some stoppage time.
Ball flicked ahead. And out of play will be a throw in, the quick restart. Here's Illick. And now Richmond in possession. Here's Yambi off to Garez. Back to Yambi. And now he'll play it to Wara in goal. Lights coming on here at City Stadium. Here's Asante. And that ball is headed away. Possession for Louisville at midfield. Here's McCabe. Off to Burke. Quick one-touch pass. Now ahead to McCabe. Burke on the overlap. We got a whistle and a foul against George Davis IV, and he's going to draw a yellow card.
That's his first foul. There was nothing cynical about it. Yeah, I think Davis was surprised himself. No arguing the foul there, but.
Right. So Guzman will get the restart going for Louisville. Good challenge from Amura, and that created that turnover thanks to that pressure. Here's Garez trying to settle and does. Getting pressure from McCabe, plays it ahead. Ball flicked ahead for Yeisley, and he couldn't come up with it. Follow-up, though. Here's Yeisley. And the ball squirts through. Oh, and George Davis IV.
Nope, no penalty.
Taken down by Goodwin.
Nope, that was a good defensive play there.
No, yeah, I agree.
Red Army's not happy at all. It was a very, very solid defensive play from Louisville.
Here's Burke on the counter. We got a good game going on here.
Do.
Very intense. For like the second game of the season for these two teams, it's almost like a playoff atmosphere. Of course, you did say this was kind of spawned off from Orlando City, so that might have something to do with it. Here's Burke now to Morad.
I think the days of the friendly rivalries are pretty much gone.
Yeah.
None of these teams like each other.
There's Ball played wide of the goal. So it'll be a goal kick for Richmond. 1-1 tie here at City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. Here's Mishu. Off to Robinson. Now to Yambi. And Jalen Robinson getting some pressure. Trying to hook up with Deli, but unable to connect. Here's McCabe. McCabe to Lancaster. And Garez was able to out-wrestle him for the ball. Here's Yambi. Garez is slow to get up. He just now got to his feet.
That was a bad turnover there.
Yep. Here's a chance for Louisville. Nifty move by Morad as
Good play from Yambi.
he's able to get around one defender, but Yambi was right there waiting. Here's Burke. Burke gets a return pass. There's a bad turnover by Louisville. Here's George Davis the fourth now. And Yeisley. Off to Mishu. Tried to hook up with Asante. It comes free to George Davis the fourth. Tried to get a little give and go going, but unable to connect. Him and Amura. Yambi lets
the ball handler take it. Yeah. More play from Yambi.
Yeah. There's Garez. Off to George Davis the fourth. Here's Amura. Lays it off to Sakura. Here's Asante. Richmond building towards the Louisville goal. And Louisville's able to clear it. But again,
trying that little give and go inside, and it's a little tough because there's three Louisville players each time.
So congested.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe they should try and do that on the outside to try and spread that defense out a little bit.
Here's Garez. And Sasha playing it over to Jalen Robinson. Richmond in possession in this 1-1 tie, winding this one down here at City Stadium. Ball played forward, and good job by Sakura to step in front of Lancaster. Off to George Davis the fourth. His shot.
Oh, off the bar!
Just skimmed off the crossbar.
Wow, what a play from Davis.
He made a nifty move, Mark, to get himself free to line up that right-footed shot.
Yeah, he did. Cut to the inside there, fooled the defender, and wow.
Hey, USL soccer fans, don't forget all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today.
Now, we've had a sub for Richmond. Number 15, Eli Gardner, has come in for Zakare, number 4. First time we've seen Eli Garner.
Yeah. So, ball settled by McCabe. Off to Pollock. Spins away from a defender.
And number 16, Ricky Burke, has come in.
There's a ball put into the box, headed down. Here's Pollock. Hey, and that ball is headed up in the air, and Wara is going to...
That's a corner kick.
Yep, be unable to save that one.
I do not know who Ricky Burke has come in for. I'm trying to scour the numbers out there.
Ricky Burke wearing number 16 for the Kickers. There's McCabe with the corner kick.
Louisville was dangerous on those in the first half.
And that ball is cleared away by Yambi. Burke sends it over. Ball played into the box, and Wara is going to let that one roll over the end line for the goal kick. 1-1 tie here is in the
88th minute. Thinking probably going to have about 3 minutes of stoppage time maybe. So you're looking at maybe 5 minutes left.
Here's Yambi. Ball played back to Yambi from Burke. Here's Jalen Robinson.
I think Burke came in for Yamori.
That
I don't see him out there.
Headed out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Richmond, and it'll be Mishu. He goes back to Robinson. Over to Yambi. Here's Garez. And Deli got
flick on from Deli.
Yeah, Deli got a head on it. Loose ball in the box, and it's finally flicked away, but controlled now by Asante. We have a whistle and offsides, according to the assistant referee. I believe that was Mr. Conley over there.
Fredericksburg's own.
Yes.
Jim Conley.
Yeah.
Remember when he was roughing travel games about 15, 20 years ago, Mike? Shows our age.
Yes, yes. You thought I was showing my age with the Lester Hayes reference in the first half. Ball settled down now and controlled by Illick, number 14 for Louisville for a moment. Here's Burke. Burke over to Garez. He'll play it back to Wara. Didn't get all of that one. And Yambi, strong header up ahead to Asante. And here's Garner. George Davis the fourth. Stop and go now. Creates some space for himself. Here's Asante.
And we're now heading into the 90th minute.
There's Robinson off to Yambi.
And we have 3 minutes of stoppage time.
Good call, partner.
Every once in a while.
Here's Mishu. Sending it ahead. The ball
was an opportunity here.
Here's a cross. Well, I would tell you, I would have loved to have seen.
I would love to have seen Garner just go ahead and have that. That's a good opportunity. There's nobody in front of him. Sometimes you have to get greedy at that point.
Yeah. There's Asante off to Yambi. Over to Garez.
Uh-oh.
Turnover. Here's McCabe. McCabe just outside the box. Puts on the brakes.
He's got to look.
And good defense that time. Or do we get a whistle? Nope, throw in for Louisville. I saw a Louisville player in the box down Pollock, and I thought maybe they might have whistled a foul, but no.
No, they got their legs tangled up.
Yeah.
And, McCabe did exactly what Garner did. It looked like he had a look and maybe should have taken a whack at it, but didn't wind up doing that.
Ball cleared by the kickers. And throw in for Louisville. The Richmond bench, including Coach Collishaw, not happy. Oh, nice job by Robinson.
Yeah. Tell you what, Robinson's had a really good second half here today.
He just gave it away there, though.
There, jinx.
There's Pollock looking for some help. There's Guzman. Trying to slide a pass back to him, and it'll be a throw-in for Richmond.
Probably have about 90 seconds left.
Trying to flick that ball ahead, but it's controlled by Louisville. Here's Pollock. Robinson got a foot on that, and that ball will not be held in by Lancaster. And a goal kick for Richmond. Morrow sends it forward. And that ball's flicked ahead by Morad. Now Illick was able to send it over to West, and Adam West sends it out of play. It'll be a throw in for the kickers. And Mishu looking for some help to throw it in.
And he advanced the ball about 15 yards before he's able to do it.
I'm surprised they let him do that.
So is Louisville.
I was looking back here.
All right. It's one of those plays you're going to try for the long throw.
Yep.
I don't know what Mishu can do that. See what kind of arm strength he's got.
So Mishu whistle, and official is talking to West and Yeisley.
Some jostling there.
Yes.
And referee's going to be looking for a foul there.
There's Mishu's throw in. Yeisley got a head on it. And Goodwin was able to beat George Davis the fourth to that one.
Yep.
And there it is. So the Richmond Kickers are going to open up the season with 2 draws. A 2-2 draw at Wilmington to start the season, and in their home opener, a 1-1 draw with Louisville. Rallying from a 1-0 halftime deficit as Matthew Delicott scored his second goal of the season. And Louisville remains undefeated. Now they're 1-0-1 on the young season with today's 1-1 draw. What do you think?
Well, I tell you what, it's a tale of two halves. I mean, Louisville, I think, dominated most of possession and had the better opportunities in the first half. In the second half, Richmond, it looked like, I think Robinson and Mishu had a tough time getting in sync in the first half.
Right.
The second half, they came out, were able to hold the ball better, get it to the midfielders, and Richmond dominated much of the play in the second half. So, I mean, the game could have gone either way. I think 1-1 is a fair result for both teams.
So a 1-1 final here at City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. We're going to take a real quick break and then come back and wrap things up. Again, Richmond tying in their home opener for the 2015 season, 1-1 draw. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
Goes over. Guys come over and I like.
All right, welcome back. We're putting the finishing touches on the home opener for the Richmond Kickers here at City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. Again, 1-1 the final, and marker was Louisville getting a 1-0 halftime advantage as they got the goal from King, who came in for the injured guy, Bend, who was hurt with what looked like a pretty serious knee injury, but he scored off a free kick from Guzman, and we thought in the first half Louisville pretty much controlled the play, but Richmond then came out with a lot more intensity, and they get the equalizer, Matthew Delicott scoring to tie it up 1-1, and that's how we finished, but a much better performance by Richmond in the second half, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, the goal comes from the two veterans, Garez to Delicate. I thought, like I said, I think what Richmond did in the second half, I think they were playing the ball too high, too much over the top in the first half, and with a smaller midfield, they just couldn't match up with Louisville. Second half, you saw a lot more playing to feet, through balls, things like that. That's what they were good at, and I think that was the difference there. Like I said, could have gone either way. 1-1 a deserved result. Both teams deserved a point tonight.
You saw the goals that were scored in this contest. You saw the beautiful job by Deli to drop left foot, turn and crank it past Goodwin to tie it up, and of course he ran right over to the Red Army for the 1-1 tie. And again, you saw the goal. Here it is again. He just settles it beautifully and then just turns and drives it past Goodwin to tie it up, and that's how we finish. 1-1 tie in the Kickers home opener. So that's going to wrap up our coverage. And on behalf of our production team, Torbor Sports Group, and all of those in the Richmond Kickers with the Richmond Kickers, I'm Mike Neville. Once again, the final score from City Stadium, 1-1 draw in the Kickers home opener. So long, everybody, from Richmond, Virginia. Happy Easter.